So, welcome back to class, and in this class, I would be teaching you on pants, on jumpsuits, and shirts. Okay, so this class may be a bit tricky. You know why? Because I am not going to be using exact measurements of a person. So or let me say, instead of me using normal inches, I am going to be using cm. So for example, if my waist is 28 inches, then for this class I'll be doing 28 cm. You know, cm is smaller, right? Then my length, okay, so this is my waist. We started the class already. This is my waist. My hip is 40 cm, will be 40 cm, normally 40 inches, so 40 cm. Do you understand? Okay, so my thigh 24 or 23, let's say 22. Okay, 22 inches, so that's 22 cm, right? My what's it called, this crotch, my crotch, that's crotch means my waist to my V axis, that makes room for ease for my trouser. So it's best measured when you sit down on a flat table and you measure your waist down to this particular placement. Is it placement? I'm going to call it now. Okay, just assuming you're sitting down on this flat table, so your waist down to this flat table, to this place, that's your crotch. So normally I would use 11 inches for myself, but for this class I'm going to use 9 cm. Then my trouser length is going to be 25 cm. Then my bell is going to be 13 cm. All right, let's get to work. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is to give yourself a borderline. So I'm not going to be giving myself so much borderline so that I will have enough space to work with. Okay, so I have this like so. So this front line becomes my waistline. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to measure is my hip depth. So normally my hip depth is 8 inches, so I am just going to use 8 cm. That's my hip depth. Okay, so the next thing I am going to measure is my crotch, and my crotch is 9 cm, so I am going to measure 9 cm. Okay, so normally my thigh measurement is 3 inches plus my crotch, so I am just going to say 3 cm plus my crotch, and that is 12 cm. I've marked 12. So the next thing is going to be my knee measurement. My knee measurement is 16 or thereabout. Okay, but I'm not going to be marking 16, 18. Yes, it's between 16 and 18. Okay, so I'll just do 17 cm. You know, I said I am not using real measurements, so please, you can go ahead and add your own normal measurements. It's going to work. Don't worry, it's going to work. All right, so my length, like I said, is going to be 25, right? Okay, so let me make it 26. This is 26, and I'm adding my sewing allowance 2 inches extra, that's 28. Okay, so I am going to mark out this measurement by this side, just so that I can have a straight line. That's 12, I think 17, 26, 28. Good. just for me to mark a straight line. So we are dealing with the front part of our trouser first. Okay. Okay, so that being said, the next thing we're going to do is to measure our hips. My hips divided by 4 is 10, so I'd mark my 10 here, and I'll do the same thing for the crotch side. I'll come up here and do the same thing and mark, then connect these points. Okay, so after connecting that point, the next thing I'm going to do is to come to my crotch and add 2 inches. Okay, it depends. If the person is slim and does not really have bum bum, you can do 1.5 inches here. But if the person has a bit of bum bum like myself, we do 2 inches. So I marked 2 cm because, like I said, we are using cm in place of inches for the purpose of this class. Okay, so after doing that, you're going to measure what you have here all together, and that's 12, right? So 12 divided by 2, that's 6. This 6 all the way down. Okay, 6 here, 6 here. This enables us get the exact middle part of our pant trouser. Can you see? So I don't know why the 6 is not giving me. I don't know why it's not giving me that exact 6 here. Okay, so maybe I'm the one that didn't connect the 6 very well. Okay, yes, I didn't mark the 6 very well there, and I marked it well. Yeah, all right. So let's just leave it like this so that once so we have the waist here. Okay, this is the hip, this is the crotch, this is the thigh, this is the knee, and this is the bell. All right, are we together? Yes, we are. So the next thing we want to do now is to measure, to get our waist. My waist, I mean, what's my waist? 28 divided by 4, 7. So we are going to mark 7. And how do we mark the 7? We'd place this our measurements. All other measurements starts from this middle line, the middle line that we have created using our crotch divided by 2, our eventual crotch here divided by 2. That's the middle line. So that's where all our measurement is going to kick off from. So now we have 7 for waist. So 7 divided by 2, that's 3.5. So 3.5 will be on this middle line. You are going to mark the 3.5 to this side, then come here and mark the 7. At the end of the day, you are having 7 for the waist, using this middle line as a guideline. All right, so you're going to use your hip curve to make this curve. Can you see? Then you will use your hip curve also to create this. Good. So I'm able to do this because, of course, give it to me, it's been a while. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is our thigh divided by 2, and that's 11, right? So of course you're not going to measure 11 just like that. So 11 divided by 2 again, that's 5.5. So you bring your 5.5 on this our middle line, you mark it here, then you mark this. Okay, let's do all the marking, then connect the remaining one. So for the knee, let's assume that our knee is 18. So 18 divided by 2 is what? 9. 9 divided by 2 again is what? 4.5, right? So you mark your 4.5 here, then you mark your 9 here, right? So our bell is what? 13. 13 divided by 2 is what? 6.5. 6.5 divided by 2 again, we have 3.25. So we have our 3.25, then we have our 6.5. Remember, is a pant trouser we are trying to make here. So the only thing that should look straight here should be this axis, and this. You see, all other ones, they don't have to be straight. So we still use our hip curve to connect. So from here, I'm just going to use my hand to make that bit of curve, then my hand to make the bit of curve here. All right, so we have our front pattern just this way. Can you see how lovely it's looking? So we have this for our front pattern, and what do you do to this? You are going to make sure, I was hoping that my biro is going to be out here, but unfortunately it's not. So okay, so if you have this, okay, sorry, the next thing you're going to do is to come here and come down by 0.5. Come down by 0.5, of course, inches for your own side. Then mine is going to be cm. So you have this. It must not be as low as this, but of course a little bit of slant there, it's okay. So we have this for our front pattern. So this is the front part. Right now I wish I have another color, another color of biro to work on this. Let me get, okay, so this is the front part, right? Let's welcome another class. Join me another class to the back pattern.